Hello Aquarius, Elsie here to do your reading for the month of April 2024. Thank you so much for clicking here. I do appreciate you. Whether you are brand new or you are someone who always clicks here, I appreciate you viewing today. If you are somebody who wishes to see this Aquarius tribe grow here on Ten of Cups Tarot, I would appreciate a thumbs up. That's how we're telling the algorithm that you guys like what's going on here. All right, here we go. We're going to use the Psychic Tarot first. We're going to pull 9 cards for the month, and then we're going to go back and clarify them all. First 2 cards out. The first card out is the energy that you will be bringing into April of 2024. The second card out is the overall theme for the month. Tell me about Aquarius, please. What is the energy that Aquarius is bringing into April? We do have material and spiritual prosperity. It feels like the energy that you're bringing into April, I feel, is the balance between spirituality and practicality. I feel like you're feeling quite balanced in that energy as we approach April here. Tell me what the month is, please. Tell me what the overall energy for the month is. We have patience. Okay, so it does feel like you need to be a little more patient, wait for balance, I feel. But patience isn't a bad thing. It just means things are coming in time, right? We do have this next card coming out, and it is what will you accomplish in the month of April, Aquarius? What you will accomplish, I feel, is getting out of your head, I want to say. This is trapped in fear. I feel like we will come back and clarify it all, but I feel like what you're going to accomplish is no more worry, kind of staying out of your head. And I think you're going to do this in a very conscious way. I feel like you'll notice when you're stuck in your head, and I feel like some of you will be changing your mind because Aquarius, you can get on a thought pattern that you won't leave for years, sometimes decades. I feel like you're going to be changing your mind about something. What should you avoid in the month of April, Aquarius? What you should avoid here is making quick decisions. I feel like you're supposed to go slow. So rather than making snap decisions by thinking about it, getting up in your head, making head over heart decisions, I feel like you're supposed to feel it in your being. Stop making snap decisions about people, things, places, situations. I feel like you're supposed to slow it down just a little bit and avoid making snap decisions. We will, of course, go back and clarify this. What should you embrace in April? What you should embrace is, I feel like it's like being scared and doing it anyway. That's what it feels like. This is the devil energy, right? It feels like what you're supposed to embrace is it doesn't matter if you're scared or sad or, feel like you're being dragged around by the devil energy. I feel you're supposed to do it scared, do it afraid, do it anyway. But I feel that you're supposed to defeat this energy of temptation here. What obstacles will you face in April? An obstacle you will face is conflict and defeat. So feeling defeated, feeling like you can't do it, feeling like you don't have any way to do it, because we do have trapped in fear and conflict and defeat. And I feel like because you can't get out of your head, it in fact causes this energy of conflict and defeat, conflict with other people. I see this as the 5 of Swords. So it's about, I feel like it feels like in the month of April, you need to learn how to be just a little more flexible. Because I feel like for some of you, you're terrorizing yourself by being so hard-headed or straightforward, or I feel like it's time, starting to hurt you, I want to say. Having standing your ground for decades never did anyone any good. And I'm talking to you people who never change your hair, change your clothes, make a different decision, go to a different place for coffee, take a different route to work. I feel like it's supposed to be a month where you learn a little bit more flexibility. Where can you find support in the month of April? Through patience and planning. So patience and patience, right? It's asking you here to be patient, use your intuition, and get out of your head in order to make the most important decisions you need to make in April. What actions do you need to take this month? You're going to be making a lot of choices. So choices and decisions, which are going to cause movement. And look, you're probably the most fixed of the fixed signs, right? It feels like in terms of not wanting to change your mind, not wanting to take anyone else's feedback. It's your way or the highway. sometimes it can be like that. And I feel like you are going to have to make some decisions here this month. And it's going to cause movement here. But you're going to be forced to make some decisions. Tell me about the advice and encouragement for Aquarius in April. We do have recognition and reward. I feel like it turns out really well for you. It feels like there's going to be some things that are changing here. We show major arcanas here. And when the major arcanas show up, they show up because there's change that needs to be made. But you can't sidestep any of this. You are going to go through this. All you can do is figure out how you're going to deal with it. Bottom of the deck, we have material harvest. Look, I feel like your rewards are big. If you have decided that you're going to make some changes this month would be the time to do it. Give me some, what is the energy, the mood for Aquarius, please, for April 2024? We've got regret. So it feels like sometimes you don't want to make decisions to change or move along here because of regret. I know that I cannot change the past. And even though you know you can't change the past, you're too stubborn to move away from it completely. You keep it up in your head on this revolving door kind of, I'm seeing a ceiling fan. It's like you keep it going and going and going. It's like you never shut it off. So I feel like you need to learn to walk away from the things that you can't change, even though it's regretful. I feel like there's a big change coming in the month of April for you. But look, it's going to be hard to make the decisions, to make the change, to get out of your head, but it's going to cause freedom. It's going to cause you to feel more freedom. It says here, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And you do. You're just going to have to change your mind, my friend. Death, I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. Let go of the people from March, from February, from January, from 2023. Let go of that stuff. All right. We've got a new deck here that we're going to clarify with. It is called Idols Tarot. Where's my box? There it is. It's called Idols Tarot, and I really am enjoying the energy of it and the depictions. I like them as well. So tell me why the material and spiritual prosperity is how you're entering the month. I feel like you're entering April feeling pretty positive about things that are coming up here. I feel like you're going to have to be patient with your changes. Look, nobody ever changed overnight. No one ever changed their mind overnight, but you can do it. And I feel like there are going to be situations coming up this month that are going to challenge your thinking. They're going to challenge you to change your mind and take some feedback and maybe do things differently than you usually did. Tell me about material and spiritual prosperity. I think you're up for it because of this. We've got the 9 of Wands. So I feel like sometimes, like I said, sometimes that we come to a place where we don't want to change because we're scared of what is in the future. I feel like with the 9 of Wands that you've had enough pain in the past. I want to say you've had enough pain, you're carrying enough burdens that it's time for you to come out from behind the Ace of Wands and use it as a tool to move forward in the month of April. We have the King of Cups and we have the Ace of Cups. I feel like you're giving people your stoic face, your poker face this month, and I feel like as you're feeling really positive, I want to say you're also coming into this month feeling really emotional. It's a material and spiritual prosperity, but it's time to balance your emotional self with your practical self, right? It feels like you're scared of love. You're scared of moving forward with the Ace of Cups. There are 2 cups here, which tells me that love is available, but you can't change your mind. And if you can't change your mind, and what I mean by that is whenever we are buying new furniture, what do? We get rid of the old furniture. We make room for it, right? And so what your biggest change will be this month is you will be learning how, or almost forced to learn how to make energetic room for the things that you want. And like I said, be patient because there's going to be a lot of changes going on this month. Be patient with yourself here with Temperance. I feel like you're about to get some balance, but it is a moment of alchemy. It's time. It's time for you to change your mind, but be patient with yourself. Tell me about patience, please. We've got the Ace of Wands It's the new path, right? It's the 9 of Wands is here, and then we have a new path. You add the Ace to the 9, and now you've dropped some burdens. And I feel like you need to be patient with yourself on disconnecting from the past. We do have the Ace of Pentacles. Look, you're about to embark on some new stuff here. Exciting and abundant new path, I think, in the month of April. But it's like you have to make up your mind as to whether you're going to do it or not, whether you're going to have justice, have the truth come out, make sure things are balanced. I feel like things are kind of off kilter right now, because I feel like some of the things you tell yourself or have told yourself for maybe decades is not working for you. It's made you kind of unhappy. So I feel like the universe is asking you to be patient, because there is new beginnings coming in, but you have to notice them and you have to do something about them. All these new opportunities can come around you, but if you're not noticing them or taking action or willing to change your mind or take some feedback, it's not going to work. So I feel like justice is here to say that the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands are here as new opportunities of balance for you. Tell me about trapped in fear, please. Tell me about trapped in fear. I really feel like this is telling me here that you are supposed to get out of this energy, right? The accomplished energy is to get out of being trapped in fear here. Yep, there it is, the Death card. I love it. Look, once you decide that you are going to get out of your head, which is the 8 of Swords, by the way, once you decide you're going to get out of your head, it's like once the ending comes or the transformation, you're going to feel lighter, happier. It feels like there's some really beautiful energy coming here, but you gotta let up. Like, I feel like you've got some pretty tight boundaries. You're standing your ground on the obsessive thinking that you're doing. No, I don't care what they're saying. I want it my way. No, I don't care what you want. I want it my way. I feel like you need to let go of that. Because it's telling me here that with the Death card, there's transformation that's possible, but you have to let things end. You have to disconnect from things, none of which is, the most important one is getting out of your head and stop overthinking or obsessing about whatever it is that is keeping you trapped in fear. And what I mean by trapped in fear, I don't mean that you have fear. Like, I feel like you're probably one of the most tenacious, strong warriors of the of the zodiac. But I feel like you've been trapped in a place in your mind for a while, and it's time for you to get out of there. It's time for you to do something different so you can receive something different. And then we have what should you avoid? It says here, intuition. We do have the Page of Cups here. So I think what you're supposed to avoid is making any quick movements, I want to say. And the intuition is here to slow you down, to show you that there are things that need to happen in a specific time. We have the Page of Cups, we have the 2 of Swords, and we have the 4 of Pentacles. See, it feels like here that it's like you need to slow yourself down. We do have the Page of Cups here because something new is coming. Something new that you're going to like, that is exciting, that is spontaneous, and might surprise you. So instead of pushing it away and saying, no, I don't want to change, I'm not going to take this surprise, I think you're supposed to invite it in. We do have the 2 of Swords, right, which tells me you are sort of in a blocked energy. The blocked energy is in the mind. It's like you can't make a decision about allowing yourself freedom, allowing yourself to let go of the regrets. I feel like that's what the intuition is for here, that you're shut off and shut down, and you're not really sharing with anybody. You need to get out there. You need to be more social. You need to start challenging your thought patterns in order to be able to get away from this 2 of Swords and receive whatever the Page of Cups wants to give you. It is something new. It is something of the heart space. It could be a new connection for you. It could be a new person that you meet. But listen, if you're still in the 2 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles, when you meet this person, I don't believe that anything good would come from it. I feel like you'll shut them down right away. So I want to say that you need to feel people out with your intuition instead of going straight to the place in your mind that says no. I think you need to be a little more flexible here. What should you embrace? Tell me about this temptation, please. Tell me about this devil energy. First, it's a radical acceptance of the present moment and knowing that you are attached, knowing that you are a prisoner of your thoughts, that you are so attached to your thoughts that maybe it is causing some sort of a block in your life here. So I feel like what you should embrace, I feel, is the fact that you can get out of this temptation energy. You can get out of this obsessive thinking pattern here. I feel like for you, it feels like there's no way out, that you're in the dark and you don't know what to do. You're trying to make decisions. But I want to say that this devil energy is something that is not as it appears. It's a place where you have left yourself. It's not necessarily that you're being pulled in any typical direction, I feel. I do feel, though, that you think that you're being held down by something, or that you might be blaming it on something external. But I feel like with the moon energy that this is not as it seems. I feel like you have all of the tools that you need to get out with friends, right? We do have the Three of Cups. It's celebration and reunion and having fun. I feel like instead of waiting for people to come to you, it's time for you to reach out to other people and say, hey, what are you doing? Because I feel like being in this energy of the devil is exhausting, and you just want to remove that energy by dropping the 10 wands. And I feel like you're burdened by people not calling you, or people not inviting you, or people not including you. I think it's time for you to reach out to them. Maybe they feel like you're a little bit aloof and you're not interested. It could be that. So it's time for you to start doing something different than you ever did. And maybe you're the person who already reaches out. I don't know. But I feel like I'm reading for somebody who is trying to get out of a place in their life where they feel very stuck, that nothing is moving or changing. We do have the obstacles that you will face is conflict and defeat. Tell me about this here. We do have the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Magician, and we have the Six of Cups. So for some of you, the conflict and defeat could have to do with your workplace, could have to do with your job. It could have to do with, where's my manifestation, Elsie? It could have to do with that. But I think what you are manifesting here, even though I feel that up to here, it's been a bit of a hard show for you, because I feel like you're embroiled in trying to do new things, take new paths, right? We've got three aces here. You're trying to take new paths and move forward and drop burdens, maybe get together with other people. And I think that I'm supposed to tell you that if you think that they don't want you around, you're wrong. I feel like they feel that if they don't come to you all the time, that you're not the one who's going to reach out. So maybe they feel like you're really not all that interested in the celebration or happiness. So I feel like this devil energy is a pattern you have to break. And I feel like it's causing conflict and defeat in your life. I want to say that if you are the person who's already working on yourself, bravo to you, because the Eight of Pentacles is about putting in the hard work, but it also is about mastering something. It can be the self, it can be a new skill, but it is about being the subject matter expert about something here. I feel like if you are experiencing conflict and defeat, that I feel like you need to pick up something new. Pick up a paintbrush, pick up a guitar, pick up a pencil and start drawing or journaling. It feels like you need to pick up something new here. You need to manifest some new and fresh energy in your life here. We do have the Six of Cups here, and it tells me that nostalgically, I feel that you feel in defeat, that you are unable to make a change, can't get away from the past, hard time moving forward. I feel like nostalgically, or in the past, as we look at the Six of Cups, that it feels like this conflict and defeat is something that has managed to follow you around. No matter where you are, it seems to follow you around. But I want to say to remember the Magician. Remember, you have all the tools. They're all showing up here, right? The only one we don't have up here is the Ace of Swords. But all of the tools, you already have those tools in order to get you through the month of April. Tell me about the patience and planning, please. This is where to find support. So I feel like you really need to make a plan. Don't do things off the cuff. Don't do things really quickly. I feel like patience and planning is what is going to get you through and make you stable, give you some stable energy here. This is close to the end of the month here. We have the Hanged Man, we have the Queen of Wands, and we have the Chariot. I like it because the Queen of Wands is the one that's going to go out there and get what they want. I'm going to ask you, do you want to go out? I'm going to ask you, what do you want to do? Like, it feels like with the Queen of Wands has a lot of tenacity, right? She's an individual. I say she because there's a woman on the card. It's feminine leaning energy, but also has masculine leaning energy. I feel like you are in this energy here of patience and planning, trying to see it from other points of view. So bravo to you. And when you do see it from the other point of view, I think you're going to go get it, whatever it is that I'm talking about for you. But we do have the Chariot. So it feels like if you've been feeling distant from people or feeling a little bit unbalanced in your own energies, I feel like the month of April is when you're going to get balanced in your own energies, and your energy here is showing up as the Queen of Wands, whether you have fire in the chart or not. The Queen of Wands, like I said, is a go-getter, someone who sees what they want and they go get it. They're not scared to fall down and scrape their knees because the Queen of Wands is forged through fire. She's been through so many things already that what's one more thing, right? So I feel like the Queen of Wands is getting a different perspective on life and is about to move forward because I feel like you are deciding to go with a plan. It's like, what do I want to accomplish by the end of the month? And then break it down weekly. What do I have to do each week to get to the end of the month to get to this place where I am comfortable with making choices and decisions that are going to cause movement here? Tell me about movement, choices, and decisions. Excuse me. Tell me what is coming up this month for Aquarius, please. Queen of Pentacles, there's going to be movement in your finances, my friend. I feel like that something abundant is arriving here. We've got the Six of Swords. Somebody here is disconnecting from the chaos and going to the calm. And the calm is going to be stability, long-term relationship, whatever that is to you. It is Pentacles. So it is stability. You'll have more money. I feel like you might meet somebody. It feels like that these choices and decisions you make are moving you forward toward the Empress energy. The Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn, also Taurus and Virgo in this reading, because it is a general reading, but this is the person who is trying to become the Empress, feminine or masculine. The Empress is feminine leading, but also has masculine energy. So I feel like you are going to become financially stable, or you have decided that maybe paying attention to the Pentacle world, buying things, buying and selling houses, buying and selling cars, going shopping on eBay, getting on, like, I feel like you're going to stop that. I feel like that's what you're doing here, that you're disconnecting, going from the chaos of like UPS or Amazon showing up every other day to saving your money, possibly, because it feels like there is some sort of different choice or decision that you're making here that is going to cause some movement. Let's talk about the advice and the encouragement for the month, because recognition and reward is here. It feels like the changes that you're making are going to really, it's really going to be good. You are going to end up with material wealth here, material harvest, and we do have this card number 3 with recognition and reward. Tell me about this advice and encouragement for the month for Aquarius, please. We do have the Three of Pentacles, we do have the Lover's card, and we have the Four of Swords. So I feel like you're making a choice in new friendships. That's what it feels like here. The Three of Pentacles is people that you meet in the 3D world, right? People, maybe your neighbors, or you're making new friends. It feels like you're going to be meeting a group of people or a person who's willing to be on your team, who's going to give you, this reciprocal energy that is in the 3D here. It feels like you are going to find people who kind of want to know about you. Maybe you're the person who's always asking questions to everybody else. Like, I often get in those conversations where people just want to talk about themselves. So it feels like you are going to find a group of people that are going to want to talk to you, about your accomplishments in the 3D, and they're going to want to help you, with cooperation and collaboration. They're going to want to help you make choices that maybe you may have been stuck on up till now, right? There's that Ace of Swords. We have all three three aces here. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. There's the Ace of Swords. And guess what? It's not here because you haven't picked it up yet. You haven't picked it up yet. You haven't said anything. You haven't asked for clarity. And I feel like you are going to be cutting things away that you don't need, cutting away these three swords. And I feel like when you're ready to pick up that Ace of Swords here, you will make the decision to speak out, connect with people, maybe have some fun, maybe ask people to come to your house, or can you meet me for a movie? That's always a safe thing to do, right? Can you meet me for a movie? Because you don't really necessarily have to talk to that person, right? It's a good place to start. We do have the Five of Pentacles. Look, you go from being on the outside looking in to some type of really exciting connection. Whether this is romantic love or not, I feel like you're making a choice about cups. You're gonna stop feeling things head over heart. You're gonna start using your heart energy. But I feel like you've been on the outside looking in because this heart energy is something that's really hard for you to make a decision about, to show people that I really am a kind and feeling person, that I'm not just this person who is, kind of aloof, always in my head, not willing to try new things. I feel like this group of people, the Three of Pentacles, are going to have you try new things, which I think could be a little difficult. But I think after all you've gone through in the month, plus this solar eclipse that we have, some things are going to change that maybe you want to change, but also there's going to be things changing that you aren't expecting to change. And those are going to be the hardest things to deal with. But I feel with these movement and choices, I feel like you're ready for it. You're ready with the Six of Swords to move forward here. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Four of Cups. Why is that? Because we have the Hermit. So I feel like you're sort of in this energy of, why isn't anybody picking me? I feel like you need to put yourself out there and learn to scrape your knees before you get what you want to get here. It feels like you feel you've missed an opportunity to maybe get a little more social, maybe make some different choices. And I want to say to you that as long as you're on this side of the dirt, as long as you're living, breathing, you have all the time you need to make the changes right now. It may be for you in the month of April. Thanks for watching, Aquarius. I'm really rooting for you, y'all. Really rooting for you. I hope that you are well. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I will be back. Love you guys. Bye-bye.